If we could have everyone take their seats, we'd like to get going. As we begin the formal portion of our program, if you need to head out, feel free to get up when you need to at any time. Finish your coffee, finish dessert, take your time. We're going to be here for a little bit, okay? So good evening, everyone, and welcome again to the 2016 Plattsburgh State Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is Stephanie Dutton. I'm the Assistant Athletic Director, and it's my honor to serve as tonight's Master of Ceremonies as we honor 6 outstanding student athletes in Jennifer Clarke, Matt Deshane, Jennifer Wiseman Heseltine, Matt Kahan, Wayne Lashway, and Lenny Pereira. First and foremost, hopefully all of you enjoyed tonight's meal. It's been a busy day on campus today. We had the chancellor on campus, so our campus dining staff has been tapped and our turnover staff has been tapped today. So they did a phenomenal job. So before we get going, let's give them a round of applause. Thank you again to all of you for your work today. I'd also like to recognize the large contingent that just joined us all around the room right now. This is our group of current student athletes who have joined us tonight. So it's wonderful to see so many of you here tonight. Go ahead, give them a round of applause. At one point, tonight's 6 inductees were sitting right in the same seats that all of you are in tonight. Tonight, you'll hear how these folks contributed to the storied history of Cardinal athletics, and I have no doubt that we will be celebrating some of you on this same stage in the future. Before we move to the formal portion of tonight's program, I'd like to recognize the current Hall of Fame members who are here with us tonight to welcome our newest class. Bob Garrow, graduation class of 1952. Rick Strack, class of 1981. Kathleen Kane Curlis, class of 1989. Karen Sherman, class of 1996. Gary Butler, class of 1964. Steve Moffitt, class of 1999. Paul Dingman, class of 1969. Chris Verkey, class of 2001. And George Fleckenstein, class of 1979. Thank you for joining us tonight. We appreciate your continued support and we're happy to have you. At this time, I'd also like to recognize a few campus dignitaries who are in attendance. John Homburger, VP for Administration. Ann Whitmore Hanson, Vice President for Institutional Advancement. Brian Hartman, Vice President for Student Affairs. And last but certainly not least, President John Etling. You ready, Dr. E? Yep. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Stephanie. Good evening, everyone. It's really extraordinary looking out and seeing every seat in this place filled, and especially good to see you students here. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. I hope if you haven't already, you'll get a chance to meet or introduce yourself to Mike Howard, our new athletic director. I don't know. I hope that Matt Deshane, Jennifer Heseltine, I hope you appreciate the fact that we've got a track and field guy here now. He's local, too. He grew up in Saranac Lake, right? And then he ran barefooted all the way to St. Lawrence, where he stayed like forever until he joined us last summer, and we're lucky to have him here. And I really want to thank Cheryl Cole, Coach Cole, the head women's basketball coach, and Stephanie Dutton, who held the program together for the 6 months before Mike made his appearance on the scene on July the 1st. So a round of applause, please, for Cheryl and Stephanie. And also, if you get a chance, just don't thank Stephanie, you can also help to console her. She's a Mets fan, and she was in Citi Field 9 days ago when, sorry, at 3-0, yeah. And that was that. Okay. So yeah, we've replaced a hockey guy who was here for 10 years with a track and field person, and that's terrific. Oh, speaking of hockey, let me see, I'm looking around. Where's Bobby Emery? Where? In the back? I spent the afternoon, or a good portion of it, with the president of Potsdam, and she told me that she promised her men's hockey team that she would pay for a dinner for them if they beat you this year. So you can do me a favor by keeping her from having to declare bankruptcy, because I really like working with her. I don't know why she did that. She must have taken leave of her sentence. How many of the people from the men's hockey team are here? Anybody? Will you remember this, what I just said, and go out and do your duty? Thank you. Well, anyway, congratulations to those of you who are being inducted tonight. I know I've been here for a while because several of you graduated since I arrived on the scene some, 12, 13 years ago. We were proud of you then. We're super proud of you now. All the things that you did while you were here, you know, in your athletic endeavors, but also in the classroom as well. One of the nice things about being the president of this place is that I never really have to worry about our athletic programs. They're good, they're clean, and they're competitive. Our students do well while they're here. They graduate, they go out into the world and make us proud. And the inductees tonight are superlative examples of what I just said. So congratulations, thank you, let's get on with the evening.
Thanks again, Dr. Etling. All right, inductees, it's finally your time. Are you ready? All right, here we go. One of the top forwards to ever suit up for the Plattsburgh State women's ice hockey team, Jennifer Clarke helped usher in a tradition of sustained excellence within the program. Clarke earned 3 All-ECAC West honors during her career, and during her senior season in 2005-2006, she was named the ECAC West Co-Player of the Year, the Plattsburgh State Female Athlete of the Year, and a first-team All-American. She also helped lead the Cardinals to their first ever ECAC West title in 2005-2006. As of tonight's induction, the Prescott, Ontario native ranks among the program's all-time offensive leaders with 76 goals, tied for third, 76 assists for fifth, and 152 points for third. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Clarke.
Well, thank you very much. What an honor it is to have been chosen as one of this year's Hall of Fame inductees. Congratulations to my other fellow 2016 inductees as well. Thank you to the Alumni Association for putting on such a lovely evening here tonight. It's so nice to see familiar faces, players, current players, teammates, coaches as well. Specifically, there's one teammate. Oh boy, already. I was one of 2 people to graduate in 2006 from the women's hockey team. Chantel Rye, she's here somewhere. Chantel, is she here? Where are you? Oh, there she is. Okay. You know, we survived our years together, and I'm so thrilled that you're able to make it here tonight to celebrate with me. When remembering and reminiscing about my 4 years here at Plattsburgh State as a student and, of course, a student athlete as well, there's one vivid memory that I've never forgotten. It was actually my first night on campus as an international student. We had to be here a few days before everybody else. So first time away from home, young. I think I was the only one in my dorm that night, so I was scared, homesick. I survived, obviously, but the next morning at about 9:30, I had a knock on my dorm room door, Macomb Hall. And standing before me were 3 teammates that I had never met before, Erin O'Brien, Liz Gibson, and Lynn Taylor. Sorry. From that exact moment, I felt at home. And I knew I was part of my new hockey family, and I never thought again that I was that homesick. Skipping ahead to my sophomore year, it was announced that one of the men's hockey coaches was about to take on the biggest challenge in his coaching career, and that was to become the head coach of the women's hockey team. To this day, I'm not sure who was more afraid, my teammates and myself, or Coach Houle. He immediately had our respect, of course, and it only took until about our 3rd road trip for him to admit that he loved singing to Madonna, just like we did on the bus and in the locker room. I'm sure you'll never get him to admit that, but all of those women in that room know that it's true, and he can never, ever take that back. All joking aside, Coach has been the leader of the women's hockey program since day one that he took over. All you have to do is look up in the rafters at Stafford Arena and see all the banners hanging there since the program's startup, the 2nd year of this program startup. I could talk about some of my favorite hockey moments here at Plattsburgh State, but instead, one thing I would like to share that I'm most proud of was being selected team captain for 3 of my 4 years in the hockey program. I've never forgotten that. It's something that to this day I'm most proud of in my hockey career. Lastly, to my beautiful family and friends who have made the trek near and far to celebrate with me, I feel loved. Thank you very much. Everyone, have a wonderful evening. Thank you very much once again to the Alumni Association. And I look forward to catching up and reminiscing with everyone over the next couple days. And I know there are fellow Canadians here. Go Blue Jays. Thank you.
Thanks again, Jen, and congratulations. When the dust settled on Matt Deshane's career, he had become one of the most decorated distance runners in the history of Plattsburgh State. As a cross-country runner, he earned All-America honors in 2005 and 2006 and was named the USTF CCCA Atlantic Region Cross Country Athlete of the Year in 2005. He earned outdoor track and field All-America honors in 2005 and 2006, competing in the 1,500-meter run, while claiming indoor track and field All-America recognition in the mile in 2004, 2005, and 2005-2006. Deshane was honored as the USTF CCCA Atlantic Region Indoor Track and Field Athlete of the Year, the SUNYAC Most Outstanding Indoor Track Athlete, and the Plattsburgh State Male Senior Achievement Award winner, all in 2005-2006. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Deshane. And his special guest.
hope nobody minds my guests here. They're my assistants tonight. Again, thank you, everybody. It's nice to see all the support here for all the inductees. I'd like to say thank you to Plattsburgh State for this opportunity and this honor. And I'd especially like to say thanks to my friends and my family at the table right here. They supported me throughout the years, and to my friends and family that aren't here tonight that always supported me throughout my career. I'm not sure if anybody else knows, but I actually had the privilege of having 4 coaches throughout my career. And I'd like to thank all of them, even though they're not here tonight. I know consistency is hard to beat, but I always welcomed a new and different approach. You know, even if I agreed or didn't agree, it was always nice to have a second opinion, third or fourth opinion. They all shared the same strategy, though, and that was getting us up for practice at 7 a.m. for the first run of the day. It was never easy getting up every single morning to go for that 7 a.m. run, knowing we were going to do it again at 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And walking down Ruger Street, I despised the sight of Memorial Hall at 6:45 when everybody else got to sleep in for an extra hour or two, and we were on our way down. And the smell of chlorine that filled Memorial Hall when you first walked in, I don't know what else could make you sicker before going for a run than the smell of chlorine. They all shared the same strategy, and I think it paid off. Running is an interesting sport. It's not an easy sport. It is a team sport technically, but it's a team sport that's comprised of individuals, groups of individuals. And the special thing about running is it's a group of individuals who all share the same skill set. A good teammate in cross country and track and field will never set you up with a good pass, shot, or rebound. Everybody is accountable to themselves. If you're lucky, your teammates will share your experience. And that experience is grueling pain, mental angst, exhaustion, both physical and mental. And there's a saying in track and field at the end of every race where you feel like somebody threw a refrigerator on your back. The best assist a teammate could give or receive is that shared experience, knowing that everybody left everything at the finish line, whether it's on the cross-country course or on the track. And the lesson one learns in track and field are lessons of discipline and self-accountability that carry you through life. And really, running is just a reflection of life. And again, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for your support on both sides and everybody sitting at the tables. I appreciate the honor. Thank you.
Now, Matt was a good runner, but the little ones steal the show all the time. All the time, Matt. Good luck. Our next inductee, Jennifer Wiseman Heseltine, enjoyed a standout career as a women's track and field and women's soccer student athlete during her time at Plattsburgh State. During the 1993-1994 indoor track and field season, the Malone, New York native earned All-America honors by placing 5th at the 1994 NCAA Division III Indoor Track and Field Championships in the 800-meter run. She became just the 5th female track and field All-American in program history, and as a result of her success, she was named the Plattsburgh State Female Athlete of the Year in 1993-94 and earned the Plattsburgh State Senior Achievement Award in 1994-95. Also a 4-year member of the Cardinal Women's Soccer Program, she scored 6 goals and added 4 assists for 16 points during her career. And according to her teammates, in unofficial statistics, she acquired the most white cleats. Ladies and gentlemen, Jennifer Wiseman Heseltine.
Somewhere along the way, I missed the fact that I needed to write a speech, but it's okay because I have a pen and paper and I've just been writing down what all the other inductees have said before. So you may hear a few things repeated. I hope you don't mind. College students don't do this. It's plagiarism, okay? It's downright plagiarism. I may credit my sources or I may not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I do want to say a few things. Obviously, I won't spend a lot of time up here talking to you, but what I do want to say, I would like to say to the student athletes, that are here, and this is what I would like to say to you as student athletes here at Plattsburgh State. You each have something in you that is very dynamic and strong, and it has nothing to do with whether you can score a goal or you can dribble down a field. Or whether you can win a race even. You may not win an award while you're here, but there's something in you that's going to take you a long way in life. And hold on to that. You may not realize it right now, but those things that you have inside of you right now, whether it's grit, hard work, teamwork, collaboration, communication, all of these key features, these qualities that you hold will take you very far in life, well beyond your days here at SUNY Plattsburgh. So really think about that. I think most of us here that are the inductees tonight and those that have been inducted in the past can attest to that those qualities that you have, they weren't just the goals scored, right, Lenny? It was about hard work and grit and the things that you carry forward today. So I would like to say thank you to everyone here. I really appreciate this. It is an honor. I will continue to use all of the great things that I learned here at SUNY Plattsburgh in the future. Those qualities that I held here as a member of the women's soccer team and a member of the women's track and field team. I'll continue to use those skills and those qualities in the future. So keep that in mind as you travel through life. I'd like to thank my family, my children. My daughter missed a soccer game is tonight, actually, because of this, so thanks, Emma. And obviously my coaches and everyone here at Plattsburgh State. That's all I have. I don't think I stole anything else. So thank you.
Jen, from those stories that I heard from your teammates, they're going to give you a hard time about not bringing a speech. They're going to give you a hard time, I know it. But that's, see, they left that for you. There's the white cleats. See, that's a good job, though, for off the cuff, okay? I give you credit. Congratulations. Our next inductee. With the reinstatement of the Plattsburgh State baseball program coinciding with his freshman season in 2002, Matt Kahan helped elevate the program to a playoff caliber level as the Cardinals qualified for the SUNYAC tournament from 2003 to 2005 and achieved a winning record for the first time in 40 years during his senior season in 2005. An impact outfielder all throughout his tenure with the Plattsburgh State baseball program, Kahan earned a pair of Jewish Sports Review All-America honors while also picking up 2 All-SUNYAC laurels and making the All-New York region team twice. Also well respected within the department, the Levittown, New York native earned the prestigious Plattsburgh State Male Senior Achievement Award in 2004-2005 while serving as a team co-captain his junior and senior seasons. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Kahan.
Yeah. Yeah. They're lucky this microphone doesn't move around, because y'all be in for a long show. Oh, man. First of all, I'd like to congratulate all the inductees You know, quite the honor. I'd like to thank my family, of course. Thank you guys for making the trip. It means a lot. We'll get it out of the way. My parents, Martin and Iris, I wouldn't be standing up here if it wasn't for you guys. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, you know. It's the only reason I'm here. You guys made it possible. Long, long way away from home, you know. They always said, hey, Maddie, what's it like playing baseball in Plattsburgh? It's cold. It's cold, you know. Thank you to the president, Doctor, distinguished guests, the Alumni Association. And while we're here, Mr. President, I feel that everyone should support their team. Absolutely. Make sure all the alumni here, if you're playing on a team, make sure you go out and support your team. When you're not here, it means a lot. So however avenues you have to use, make sure you take the time, spread the donations, and get it out there, because it does mean a lot, and it helps the organization, it helps Plattsburgh as a whole, all right? Serious. Yeah. However, if 518-564-2000 keeps calling me at the worst times ever possible, we're going to have a problem. No, but I mean that. Please support your team, all right? Please support your team. Yeah, it's not going to be light. It's not going to be light. Devin, sweetheart, where are you? My beautiful, intelligent, witty, the sweetest thing ever. Did I mention beautiful? All right. Thank you so much for dealing with me throughout all these years, with myself and all the group of excellent gentlemen I surround myself with, trading stories about Plattsburgh over and over and over again. It means a lot. I love you. All right? I'm lucky. I'm lucky to be a husband because, you know, nice guy like me, you know, doesn't come around too often. However, you know, for a country girl like yourself to fall in love with a city boy like me, you know, I'm the lucky one. Thank you. All righty. Are we having a good time tonight or what? Yeah, come on. We got to liven up this room a little bit. Come on, all the students are here. They could have done a lot better things on a Friday night. We're just holding them up, you know? It's funny because I told my wife, I said, hey, they want us to give a little speech, you know, roughly about 3 minutes. 3 minutes? Nah, we waited 15 years for this. You're going to hear what I have to say, right? Yeah. So my first week up here, if those of you who don't know, Plattsburgh started its baseball team back again in 2001, unofficially. And I was in McDonough Hall, and Coach put up the flyers for first practice, Bailey Ave. If none of you know where Bailey Ave, it's not really that close to campus. But, you know, I was in a good mood. I said, hey, first practice, I'll be there early. I'll get there, strapped on my gear, walking out the strip, down Broad from McDonough Hall. I mean, we didn't have MapQuest or smartphones back then. You know, it's kind of just push and shove where you think you got to go. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I'm never going to get there in time. This place seems to be really far, really far. So this young man pulls up in his truck, beeps the horn, yells out the window, "You're Maddie, right?" "Yeah." "You going to the baseball practice, right?" "Yeah." "Hop on in." That guy was Joe Light. So I'm thinking, oh, this is great. So I get in. "Oh, thank you, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate the ride." No. We don't talk when Tim McGraw is on the radio. Yeah, welcome to the North Country. All right? All right, let's get to the meat and potatoes, you know? Jay, where you at? Jay Pactor. Yeah. Everybody in this room should know that man. Now, there's a lot of time that you playing your games on the field, but there is a lot more time if you compare it to off the field, school, doing what you have to do. And Jay knows his stuff, all right? Being the first year that we had Plattsburgh State baseball, you showed a lot of support, Jay. And it doesn't go unwarranted, man. We recognize that, and we appreciate that, you know? Surrounded by all these teams and, you know, all these organizations that have been around for a while, it meant a lot for us, for you to stand by our side, man. Really, so thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, you know, going to see the athletic trainer, you think you're a big shot now, you know? Ah, we're playing college ball, let's go see the trainer. Walk in, Jay, man, you know, I got a problem with my hamstring. I must have pulled it somehow. Of course, he's not saying anything to you. He doesn't know who you are. Jay, no, really, man, you got to take a look at this. Ice tub. Ice tub. Ice tub. All right, so I walk over. I'm thinking I'm all cool and suave, you know. Go over to the ice tub. I see all the big brawny hockey guys all dunk themselves in the tank. All right, yeah, let me get in there. Let me get in there. You know, I need to be trained. I need some athletic training. Oh, no thank you. Oh, no thank you. No. But let me tell you, you really show me the real meaning of toughness, and I appreciate that. So thank you very much, Jay. Thank you, man. You know, and of course, once you tell them you're hurting, you can't just stop there, right? So Jay says, hey, Sunday morning, 8 a.m., I'm going to open it up. We'll come in, we'll do electrolysis, we'll do some stretching, we'll get it all worked out for you. You have nothing planned, right? No, Sunday morning, 8 a.m., I have nothing planned. No, Jay, I'll be there. And I'm thinking, sleep, zooks, I'm going to go back to sleep, right? Sunday morning. But man, you come into his office Monday morning, he'll kick you right out. But please give Jay a round of applause. Jay, you turn players into athletes, and I mean that, man. So thank you. All right, I've been waiting a long time to say his full name. Chris Dory. Right? It even sounds awkward me saying it, right, Coach? Well, let me tell you, you could add up all his accolades, you know, everything he's accomplished. But for you to take a chance and come to a new program and act in the most prestigious way that you did when you were here, man, all those guys in that beginning team, man, we love you for that. We really, really do. I mean, we may have had our differences in, you know, team building and whatnot. You know, the good times. We won't mention any of the bad times. You know, but it was an absolute honor to play for you. And I appreciate you taking me in year after year. You know, it was amazing lacing up my cleats for you to play. And I mean that, man. Thank you so much. Really, thank you. And I wish, yeah. I wish the missus was here, you know, because, you know, the saying is behind every strong man is a stronger woman, and she proves it because her support of the baseball program is, you know, more than anything, all right? So you please thank her for me, all right? Yeah. I'm almost done, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me, all right? They say you have to do well in life, you know. Always do the right thing, get your check marks and the man above, so one day you'll make it to heaven, you know. And I laugh, I chuckle. People get offended by that. Why are you laughing? That's not funny. You know, I tell them, I've already been to heaven. Plattsburgh is my heaven, all right? Enjoy your time here. really do. My teammates, everybody I play with, Anthony, I love you. Guys, seriously, it means the world to me that you guys made it out to share this moment, all right? And it's worth more to me than any award could possibly be, just to be with you guys, all right? And I mean that. And Coach, listen, this year coming, you know, I'd like to see maybe a nice SUNYAC banner hanging in the back of the chip, right? A little SUNYAC champ banner, that'd be nice, all right? Again, thank you all very much. I hope I didn't bore you too much. But Luis Colon, Brian Meehan, Coach Bill Dernan, Papa Welch, always be our angels in the outfield. Long live 74 Court Street, D-Crew forever. Love you guys. Thank you. Thank you guys. Sorry it took too long.
Matt's going to be the MC next year. Is that okay?
Yeah,
you want to do that?
I'll meet you at Bogart's.
Okay. Yeah. I got some work to do now. I do. I can't follow that. Congratulations, Matt. Our next inductee. A talented two-sport athlete, Wayne Lashway performed at a high level for both the Cardinals men's basketball and baseball programs, competing on the men's basketball team from 1958 to 1962 and the baseball team during the 1959 and 1961 seasons. Named a team MVP in both sports, he was tabbed to the All-SUNYAC team in baseball following the 1961 campaign as an honorable mention selection. Lashway scored 549 points across 52 games on the Plattsburgh State men's basketball team, and in 1961, he ranked second in the SUNYAC in RBI and stolen bases while competing on the Cardinals baseball team. Ladies and gentlemen, Wayne Lashway.
Welcome, and thank you all for coming. I got lost today on campus. My wife and I came up from Albany, and we had a gathering at noontime at the field house. And we drove up in a little less than 3 hours or so. And we get outside here in front here, and I tell Arlene, I said, it should be easy to find a field house. It's no problem. Just look for a big building somewhere. So we drive up to Plattsburgh High School, and it looks like that's the end of the campus. So I turn around, come back down. I get down here, and I said, must be down here somewhere. Nope. So we turn around, we go back up again. I go to the high school again, turn around and come back. Well, I said, you know, maybe we should just ask directions as to where it is. And this nice gentleman said, oh, that's no problem. Just go to Plattsburgh High School and then go past it, and then you'll find the field house. Well, when I came to Plattsburgh in 1958, Eisenhower was president. And when I left here in '62, JFK was president. In my day, when I came on campus here in '58, there were exactly 2 buildings. 2. One was the that was our total campus. One was Hawkins Hall, which is still there. And Hawkins Hall is where we had a gym, believe it or not. Some of you probably don't recognize it. There might have been a gym there, but that's where we practiced. They eventually made it into a bookstore after I left. And the other building was McDonough Hall, the dorm down here. I think it's still a dorm. So we had actually two buildings total. And today, I can tell you this, I'm so amazed and so proud of this university for the improvements, and you students, athletes, should really appreciate the facilities you have today as opposed to what we had in 1960s or whatever. Anyhow, so I first of all would like to congratulate the rest of the inductees, and I would like to thank Mr. Bob Garrow for remembering me and putting my name in for to the committee, and I thank the committee for the induction. Thank you a lot. What else was I going to say? I forgot. I also at this time want to recognize a couple of my coaches. First of all, a coach that probably never got the recognition he deserved, and Gary Butler, who played for this coach, and Bob Garrow knows this coach. He was my high school coach at what was then Mount Assumption Institute in Plattsburgh. Mr. Al Pajonas was my coach. He coached me in football, basketball, and baseball. But Coach Pajonas taught me a lot of skills, but also Coach Pajonas taught me the correct way to play the game. And unfortunately, he has passed away, but I just wanted to recognize Coach Pajonas. Also, when I came to Plattsburgh here, I had a coach by the name of Mr. Joseph Jastrab. Coach Jastrab coached me 1 year in baseball, but 4 years in basketball. And he not only was knowledgeable about the game, but he also made the game fun. So in my 4 years here playing basketball, I really had a great time. And last but not least, let me see, I had something here. What was it? Oh yeah, here we go. In the little pamphlet here, it says that the most memorable experience, or one of the most memorable experiences in your career at Plattsburgh is that you scored the last 12 points in a basketball game against Oneonta, which you won. I gave that answer to someone from the school here, I forget who it was, that called me last week to ask me about a moment that I remember. And I said to him, look, I don't remember what I had for breakfast this morning. You want me to remember 54 years back? No, that's not going to happen. Anyhow, I did come up with this. But then, on my way to the golf course that morning, usually I'm on my way to the golf course every morning. I got to thinking about it. What was really one of your most memorable moments at Plattsburgh? Well, there there was a cheerleader by the name of Arlene Middleton, and it came to pass, she was a cheerleader for the basketball team, and I introduced myself to her at that time, and we eventually started dating, and she kept cheering me along, and we eventually, when I got out of college, we eventually got married, and she's my wife, Arlene Middleton Lashway. We've been married for 53 years. Stand up, stand up. And she's been cheering me along ever since, and I really thank her a lot. And also, not only has she been cheering me along, but she gave me two wonderful daughters that are here tonight. So, and I thank those three tables over there, the people there are all either relatives or from my family. I appreciate them coming, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Wayne. Congratulations. Tonight's final inductee. Throughout the storied history of the Plattsburgh State men's ice hockey program, few have put up the numbers or earned the accolades that Lenny Pereira did during his career. Pereira, who ranks third all-time on the program's career points list with 234, helped steer the Cardinals to a national title his freshman season in 1992. He was also part of the SUNYAC championship teams in 1991-92 and 92-93 and earned SUNYAC tournament MVP honors in 1991-92. The Mississauga, Ontario native was a two-time first-team All-American, a two-time first-team All-SUNYAC selection, the 1992-93 SUNYAC Player of the Year, and the 1993-94 Plattsburgh State Male Athlete of the Year. Pereira also served as a team captain his senior year and an assistant captain his junior year. Ladies and gentlemen, Lenny Pereira.
Thank you. I know I'm the last one standing here before a whole bunch of people want to bolt for that door, so I promise I won't be that long-winded. I'd first like to congratulate my fellow inductees and their families on this special day. I'm truly honored and humbled to be here today in the presence of many great people who, during a point in my 4 years at State, had a major influence in my life then and still today. My path to Plattsburgh was not typical. Growing up in Mississauga, like every other Canadian kid, the dream is the NHL. At 5'6" and 130 pounds, reality kicked in real quick. The game was a lot different back then. It was off to Tier 2 junior and the introduction to college hockey. Hockey came easy in those days. Academics were kind of average at best. Because of that, entertained quite a few recruiters in the day, and again because of academics. Did not take me to a Division I school, but lo and behold, thanks to two late non-admissions to two of our rivals, a friend of mine mentioned that Plattsburgh State had a great hockey program. Back then, before the days of smartphones and the internet, I reached out to Coach Emery and introduced myself by phone back then, believe it or not, kids.
and received a call back from Bobby that he'd get back to me. My assumption back then was to verify hockey credentials, character, and everything else that came along with it. Within a few weeks, I was asked to apply. Shortly thereafter, accepted. Fast forward to the fall of 1990. Extremely confident in my abilities, I begin to notice quite a few freshmen who were also extremely confident in their abilities moving into DeFriedenberg Hall. I quickly did the math and realized that this recruiting class was anywhere from 10 to 15 guys, not counting transfers or walk-ons. Back then, we had captains' practices in Lake Placid. The competition was fierce. A lot of good players with great pedigree and solid reputations. I hadn't had to audition in the past, but quickly realized that things had changed. I remember calling home shortly after my assessment and letting my dad know this was going to be tough. I may not make it. My dad said, "You're in the right place, you're going to be fine." Lesson number one, being humbled. What you did in the past was the past. Look in the mirror, and if you're satisfied, then you're good. Sound familiar, Johnny and Scott? I quickly realized my path to success was not going to be an easy one, but for the first time in my life, I was going to have to earn it. Lesson two was you get in life what you deserve. Again, for the first time in my life, the hard work, the culture, the consistent messages, including the X's and O's, became less about I and more about team and ultimately program success. No better validation than the 1992 National Championship, and to this day, with a bit more polish, I utilize those humbling experiences, lessons, and mantras learned at Plattsburgh State in my everyday livelihood. For this, I can't thank Coach Bob, Emery, and Kevin Hool enough. Thank you. Had you not been a part of my life at such a critical time, who knows how it would have turned out. The relationships. I would not be here today if not due to the many friendships I made on campus, teammates I played with while here, with two of the closest here in attendance today. Johnny, Scott, your friendships, unparalleled. You guys being here for me tonight meant a lot. Thank you. Bellevue, Perron, Cleghorn, Fest, Shaley, Duran, Furtado, Mondello, Pazzi, Zing, Mal's, Levesque, and Morsey. Without you guys, a lot of this stuff wouldn't have happened, so thank you. Jimmy Powers, the major reason I was given an opportunity to play pro in Raleigh. You taught me what it was to be a good pro every day, as well as the importance of giving back to the community. I will forever be indebted. Jim and Diane Barr. Leaving home was not an easy thing for me and my family. You made that transition a lot easier by allowing me into your circle. You listened, you guided, helped, and on a few occasions, partied with us. Memories that will last a lifetime. Rachel and I will never be able to thank you enough for your help. We love you guys. Michelle, my first semester was not an easy one. But with your help and your support, my next 3.5 years were fantastic. Thank you very much. My folks, unfortunately, my mom doesn't get along very well today after a few surgeries. But again, knowing what I know today about competitive sports with the involvement of my daughters, on many occasions I look back and knowing that hockey then and now was not an inexpensive proposition, I wonder how they did it. I never once worried about the next season, the latest equipment, or chasing my dream. Hockey, Plattsburgh State pro hockey, that was all gravy. They signed me up for all life-requiring lessons, the importance of exercise discipline, fellowship, and accountability. But as they say today, primarily to keep me off the streets and to help me become a decent human being. Invaluable lessons. They laid the base of my foundation in who I have become. They taught me to respect all and expect nothing. Work hard in life and you will be rewarded. I can never thank them enough for these values, nor thank them enough for the sacrifices that they made to allow me to get to where I am today. I love you very much. to my 2 daughters, you will never know how much I love you, nor how proud I am to be your dad. Who you have become and how you have handled yourselves in your young lives, whether it be volleyball, academics, or just your interaction with your friends, teachers, coaches, etc., the world is a better place for having you two in it. I know a lot of the lessons I've mentioned here you girls have heard numerous times, but if you take them to heart, success awaits you both. Chase your dreams and have fun doing it. Lesson number 4, everything in life happens for a reason. As you reach middle age, you begin to assess and reflect the wheres and the whats of life, what I would have done differently, regrets, etc. What I do know with 100% certainty is the one regret I will never have is to attend Plattsburgh State. Every successful story has a team behind him or her, and that team is usually made up of an impenetrable foundation. Without my foundation, I would have never accomplished what I have in my professional or personal life, nor would I be standing here today. That impenetrable foundation is the person I met here at Plattsburgh 26 years ago, and that's my wife, Rachel. I am the person I am today due wholly to your patience, love, and support. It has not been an easy road, but I've never doubted that no matter what the outcome of our decisions, you always had my back. Adversity to you just meant the challenge for us. Fate and a few drinks had us meet at the Royal that September night. And I thank God that you're in my life. You're my best friend, and I love you very much. You get in life what you deserve, and I think for at least the first half of my life, I've made out pretty well. To the induction committee, thank you for letting me become a member of your prestigious club. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lenny. Congrats again. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our 2016 Plattsburgh State Athletic Hall of Fame class. Let's give them a round of applause. Before we close out tonight's ceremony, I'd like to acknowledge 2 special people. Carrie Chapin-Levine, our Associate Director of Alumni Relations, and Brian Savard, our Director of Athletic Communications. Both Carrie and Brian are kind of some of the heroes behind the scenes of an event like this. They pull the strings, they make this happen, and they put in a lot of hours to make sure that we have a smooth and flawless event. So thank you for all of your work to make this happen. Let's give them a round of applause. One housekeeping item for our newest Hall of Famers. When tonight's ceremony is over, if the 6 of you can come forward, we'd like to give you your framed jerseys, allow you to take pictures, and we have some additional gifts for you as well. So please come forward for photos and to get all of your goods that we're going to send you home with, okay? Lastly, as I was preparing to gather my thoughts and my words for tonight, I kept saying to a lot of people that I found it very hard to believe that some of my own classmates were eligible to go into the Hall of Fame. I don't know where 10 years has gone. And I'm sure that applies to a lot of alums in this room. Time does really fly. To the current student athletes in the room, I hope that you had a chance tonight to hear these Hall of Famers and really take away from it to savor the moment and seize the opportunities that you have during your time here, because as you heard from these folks, it is possible to achieve greatness here. So please take advantage of the opportunities that you have while you're here. And to our newest Hall of Famers, take a minute to really soak up this weekend. This is an awesome weekend, and you should be proud of yourselves. We are proud of you. So take a moment and just breathe and enjoy it, okay? So we congratulate you again. Thank you for your contributions to our program, and we look forward to having you back on campus in the future. To the rest of the crowd, thank you again for joining us tonight, and have a great night.
shot again next year.
All right, okay.
Having people from the NCAA in the room.
Right? This is a much calmer crowd.
Yeah.
I got to give Wayne. This is yours. That's not me. That's you.
Thank you. So you couldn't find the field house.
And that wouldn't happen
Did
if I...
you get back there to see new baseball?
Yeah, I did see it from the...
Okay, good.
Yeah. No, we were a little... Yeah, congratulations.
So you run marathons?
Now, actually, I did run marathons. I still play basketball. I don't run marathons anymore. I've run quite a few. I did like Montreal, like 3 or 4 times, Toronto, Plattsburgh, twice.